Hello, it is Stained Texas, here with Crusader Kings 3, the game of spite, anger, and hatred, somehow all rolled into one. Today I had a request, as it were, to see if I could reunite Francia as King Charles the Bald of West Francia. Thing is, I'm not going to play on Iron Man mode because learning my lesson. I am going to try it anyways, and if, this could be a spiritual achievement, I guess. It's kind of unfortunate, but I kind of need to be able to save at my leisure in order to not have a catastrophe happen whilst I'm trying to record something. So, we are going to do that. Yeah, here we go. Now, I'm trying out a new audio configuration. If you guys can hear me better, that's good. If it's not enough, please let me know. I tested it out. I think it sounds alright, but, Lord knows, years of listening to headphones has probably killed my hearing. So, I guess I may not be the best person to let you know about this. Alright. Now, West Francia is probably the strongest of the Carling successors. The most land, the most starting troops. This guy gets tons of counties that he's in direct control of. And of course he has Paris, which is an excellent county. It is a six, what are these called? Baronies? Bishoprics? Holdings? I don't freaking know. Province? I think it's a province. And, that kind of means that this is, as well as Beaumont, Melun, Orleans, of course. That's a famous one. This means that he has a lot of choices as to what he can give away to make people more loyal to him. He also has, shall we say, not so loyal subjects in the south. However, as they are all French, it is not nearly as egregious as a Frenchman ruling the Dutch, or as, God forbid, a Franconian ruling the Saxons and the Bavarians. Not the most stable of situations. We have no holy sites, which sucks. But we do have a fairly united people. Aquitaine is kind of an issue, but we can work on that. And that's actually what a steward is for. We might go down here and try and forcibly convert some of our vassals here to our culture. We also might try and improve relations with the Pope, because we're going to need the money. Because, as you all saw last time, when we tried to expand, the vassals who were of different cultures, who didn't like us, they would rebel and we would die. The other thing we have to worry about is this guy right here. He has a starting event army, which just makes him so much of a pain in the ass when you leave yourself open, because he will kick your ass and he will conquer you and he will take everything you love. So you can't let him do that. He can declare wars against kingdoms just like that, just because he can. He's not that big of a threat if we're looking out for him, because we do have more troops than him. However, if we're in a war and he decides to kick us in the ass, well, there's really not much we can do to stop him. Another thing we have to worry about is that we'll probably be around long enough, and I actually plan on being around long enough in this campaign to actually fight in the Crusades and actually get to the whole Crusader Kings part of this game. Now, we're not playing Iron Man mode, so I won't worry about achievements. However, the point of this campaign is to basically conquer Francia. That means Lotharingia, East Francia, and Italy. And from that, we might actually be able to make the Holy Roman Empire. Which is pretty cool. But the key is the conquest of Francia. Though I suspect the requester did not mean Francia as in this de jure empire. I think he meant all this. That's what we're going to try and do. Now, unfortunately, alliances are kind of spotty. And I want to hold off on Italy. Italy is... It's the central region that kind of sits between two different worlds. It has the Muslims here, got the Byzantines here, and the Slavs here, and the Bulgarians. And of course, the Italians themselves actually have enough troops to make conquest of them. It's hard to hold that land. Now, over here, there actually are some, like, people who might actually make good subjects. Except for the Dutch. They never make good subjects. It's a shame about that. But we already have a Dutchman, and he only hates us completely. So, it's not all bad. It's not all bad at all. Another thing is that you'll note we have a lot of counts. But what we really want is dukes as our vassals, because dukes are less numerous and are easier to please than this many counts just kind of lying around. So, I think first we're going to look at our lifestyle. We're going to look at our king here. King Charles the Bald. He's good, but he's middle-aged. He has whole of body, which means he actually gets a really nice bonus to his health. He's gonna live a while. Now the problem is my heir is Prince Louis the Stammerer. And he sucks. Let's just put it as gently as possible. He's trusting, which isn't great. It's just kind of meh. He's content, which isn't great. It's just kind of meh. Especially, these two are good if for your vassals, but not for your heir. And of course, he's craven, which is just flat out bad. He is, however, a mastermind philosopher, so he's not unsalvageable as a character. But he's not my ideal, I think, and he rarely is when you start these games. Yes, he has stutter. He always has stutter. He's a historical character, so he always has that. He's famous for having a stutter. So he has to have that as like a thing. We do have another option. I'm pretty sure Carloman here is a legitimate prince. He's a legitimate heir. He can be it, but he's not all that great either. He's a naive appeaser. He's also really our only other option. So, what we're going to do is we're going to be a bit tricksy here. Instead of hoping that our son will grow up to be even slightly useful, we're going to try and make sure one of our grandkids ends up being worth a damn. And that means we are going to try and raise this kid as our own. We're going to have direct guardianship of him. We're also going to have direct... Well... These are considering a proposal, so we need to start. We also need to check our lifestyle. We already have whole of body. I think next we want... Yes, this. Because we want pedagogy. Because that's super good when you're teaching someone. That's exactly what we're trying to do. That makes your wards better. And he is 3 years old, so he has plenty of time to learn plenty of skills. Our heir is unmarried. Now, this is the next thing. We need to make an alliance. We need to make a good alliance. We can already ally with some of these people because they are, in fact, our... Well, can we, though? Can we? Can we? Can we... No. Maybe? Hold the phone, people. Let's arrange a marriage here. Yeah. Yeah, we can have a alliance with Lotharingia, but we don't want it because we're trying to take Lotharingia. Now, maybe we can have an alliance with you. That's something I might want. You'll remember our Bavaria campaign, who that guy is. And it'll give us an alliance with the future king of Bavaria. And that'll be a start. We might also want to consider an alliance with someone further afield. Like you. Karlman. Ooh, matrilineal marriage. No. I just want the alliance. I don't care over much. He's marrying down, and he doesn't like me very much. How about Bulgaria? Can we try and get Bulgaria to be friends with us? Yeah. No. Alright. Well, we have one alliance. Italy, do I want to ally you? Wait, I already tried that, and the answer was no. What's this? I can transfer the Count Joffrey of Tours to Duke Ranulf of Aquitaine to get rid of rightful liege penalties. Oh. Let's take a look at this. So, what's up here? Hold the phone. Count Joffrey to Duke Ranulf. Where is Count Joffrey? I would love to know where he is. Ah. Okay, the Duke of Aquitaine's pretty powerful. But rightful liege penalty sucks. And he'll like me more if I do a transfer. So, it will make our realm more stable. So we are going to do that. It's kind of short-term benefits, but it cleans up our realm a little bit. It leads less loose ends in terms of angry counts who don't like us, etc., etc. It's not that big a deal. It doesn't sacrifice a lot. Now, Burgundy here is going to be an issue. We are going to count... Who are you? Who's your father? Okay. Okay. So he's like the great-great-grandson of Karlman. Sorry, of Charlemagne, not Karlman. Yeah, we will keep it in the family here. It's the only thing in this game that actually matters is keeping it in the family. And the reason I'm giving things away is because we want to try and get our Demence holdings a little bit lower so we don't get the penalties for holding that many. Now, you are actually going to get these two. Which will make you relatively strong in the grand scheme of things. And also, I can only hold so much on my own. But we can... Oh, no, she's not very good at... I was going to ask my wife for help to try and manage the domain, but she's actually not very good at stewardship, so she can't help me out very much. So, is there anyone here who I trust? Not really. But we can always try to get a skilled tactician who likes me a lot. Okay. And now we might need to clean up these realms a bit here. Something I do need to consider is taking back these lands, because these are actually part of my de jure duchy, and I want them under my direct control. And then I can give up maybe these two to make a de jure an actual Duke of Orleans. Cleaning up your realm is a big part of Crusader Kings. It's tedious. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But it can make your realm very stable if everyone is ruled by who they're supposed to be ruled. Now, first things first. I said that before, I know. But it looks like we actually already have men-at-arms. Unfortunately, we have garbage men-at-arms. We don't want that many armor footmen. So we're going to get rid of them. Instead, we're going to replace that with good old-fashioned bowmen. We do already have onagers. We're going to want more of them. And that will help in war. Now, I'm going to look for more alliances. Navarro might be an interesting alliance, but I don't want to get pulled into a war with the Umayyads, so we're going to hold off on that one. Okay. You know what? Forget alliances. We're going to try for congenial traits. Like fecund. That's something. That might be helpful. Comely. Could be good. Yeah, we're gonna try with Sophie. She's fecund, so she has more of a chance of getting kids, which we're gonna need because I want to have as many viable heirs as possible. So we have less chance of losing control of the throne. The Carlings have less of a chance of losing control of the throne. Now, you are my ward. You're gonna be the guy I aim for getting to be king. Now, succession pretty much means that our realm is gonna shatter upon my death. Because we have a confederate partition. And since I'm king of both Aquitaine and West Francia, guess what happens when I die? Louis inherits one half of the country, Carloman inherits the other half of the country. One of them needs to die. And it can't be Carloman, because he doesn't have... it can't be Louis, because I need Louis's kids to still be in line. So we need to figure out how to kill off Carloman. You cannot murder your own son. This game does think enough ahead to keep you from doing that. However, you can get him killed, potentially. And one of the ways you do that is by finding him and forcing him to be a knight. And hoping that he gets wounded and that he dies. It is a cruel, unhappy way of doing things. Now, he's also a shit knight. Which means we're going to forbid everyone above him from being a knight. You're all forbidden from being knights because you're all too good. I need you to stay alive. Blah, blah, blah. Oops. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Those are our knights. Yep, he's a knight. He is in the knighthood. Okay, so we have an ally in the Duke of Bavaria. Louis is married. Good for him. Now we've done the busy work, at the starting busy work, I think it's time to consider where we strike first. And the obvious answer to that question is, of course, Lotharingia, which is weak and pathetic. However, they are not so weak as to not cause us major problems if this guy doesn't strike us first. This guy strikes us first. So, we are actually going to hold off because we want these things to grow. But when they do grow, we're going to attack Montague. To get him that thorn, pluck the thorn of Count Helstein. And once that thorn is plucked, thrown away like the various barbs that stick into my thigh when I go weed whacking. Ugh, God, have you ever done that? They just stick in your freaking thighs. And it's so hard to remove them. It hurts so much. I hate it. Sorry, I was doing outdoor work today, and it was like chores and stuff around the house, getting it cleaned up and tidy. And the price of not wearing jeans is getting stickers launched at blinding speeds into your legs. Ugh. Yeah. After that pleasant image, we're gonna keep waiting for... Ooh. What's happening here? Who is she? She's a daughter. She's a Carling daughter. So I will educate her. I'm willing to do that for you. I'm willing to be the man of Carling. We have a few alliances. Some of them better than others. Oh boy. Ooh. That's what it means to be a guardian. I'm not gonna get a weak hook on her. That's just creepy. It's a creepy old man kind of thing to do. I'm not down with that. I'm not about that life. Oh, of course, I completely forgot to monitor and reorganize my my realm. Now, there are a few people who I think could benefit my kingdom a lot if they weren't angry at me for not having a council position. Like, he'd make an excellent spy. And he actually wants to be a spy? So we're gonna make him a spy. Yeah. All in all, that should improve the stability of our realm. Let's look at factions. No factions. See? We're off to a good start. Now, I do not believe that he has claims to the other parts of Francia, which means King Charles the Bald will need to be bold as well as bald. I think I'm ready to declare war on this guy. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Yeah! God, I love this music. The Holy War music gets you hyped. Gets you ready to go. We march off to war against the barbarian hordes. Da, da, da. Sorry, I really like this music. Alright. Actually, I'm not, what am I apologizing for? It's completely reasonable to like this music. No, I'm not apologizing. It's good. And he's gonna run away and let me siege his capital. And I'm fine with letting him do that. You know, you can run away. You only have one province. If I take this, I win the war. Why you're letting me do that is a mystery to me. Alright. Princess Giselia, who is my daughter, is now a fortune builder, which means she is of perfect age to make us allies with the Scots. Hell yes. I'll take that. I will take that. All right. We're not allies with the King of Alba. That actually could be really helpful in the future. Now, our siege weapons should be doing swift work of these walls, and they don't have siege weapons, I think. So we're going to beat them to whatever siege they do. Come on. They have actually a reasonable fort. Oh well, it might sack some of my vassals' land, but see how much I care. I don't. Yeah, we're gonna speed through this. There's no sense. They're not gonna come fight us. Yeah. I don't care. Keep chased. I'm gonna do the one that gives my character less stress. And look! We win. Oh, would you look at that. You know what? I'm gonna give you this. Take it. You didn't help, but I don't want it. It's pretty worthless land. And with the adventurer, the Norse adventurer, no longer a threat. I think I'm gonna check the time and see if I can. Ooh. Oh. I kind of want to get into a war, but what about you? No. I suppose we should hold off until next episode before we get into the big one, I say. Where we take Lotharingia. France. Dreams of France. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call this. Alright. So, if you like what you see, like and subscribe, and I will see you folks next time. Thank you very much.